All right, so the Jets cut 7 players on the first day of cut down week. And a couple of them, not really big surprises. A few of them, a little eyebrow raising though already, starting with the big one that broke yesterday. Chris Streveler, quarterback, is gone. And you might say, well, it's third string quarterback. Who cares if either Chris Streveler or Mike White are playing significant time? The Jets are in a rough spot. And I agree with that. However, Joe Flacco, this is probably his last year with the Jets, maybe in the NFL, no matter what happens, at 37 years old with a surgically repaired neck. And Chris Streveler, to me, he showed potential that maybe he could be a backup quarterback. Is he ever going to be a starter as a former CFL guy? Well, that would be the stuff movies are made of, but could he have been the Jets' long-term number 2, adding that extra dimension with his legs that Mike White doesn't have? Maybe. I thought maybe he could have. Maybe he's back on the practice squad. Then they released both Calvin Jackson Jr. and Irvin Charles, and I expected them to cut at least one of these guys, but now it makes me wonder, cutting both of those guys more than 24 hours before they had to, that tells me maybe Denzel Mims is staying put, because Coach Shala kept saying, we're going to keep our 6 best receivers. Mims is one of our 6 best receivers. If you're keeping 6 receivers and 1 through 5 is Moore, Wilson, Davis, Berrios, and Jeff Smith, who's number 6 if it's not Mims? And you just cut those 2 guys. Those 2 guys would have been next up in line unless they do some sort of weird Lawrence Cager is tight end 4 and wide receiver 6. Actually, I don't know if that's weird. That actually might be kind of smart. Then Delshon Phillips, kind of a no-brainer. LaMichael Pirine, didn't have room for him. And Bradley and who I kind of knew wasn't going to make it, but I really like his game, and I really hope we can bring him back on the practice squad. And Javelin Guidry, who, again, if we're going to go with Hall and Eccles as corners 4 and 5, Hardy seems to be a lock for special teams. So kind of squeeze Guidry out, but he was our main backup slot guy, and he was decent last year. And he might be tough to snag back on the P squad. I think he probably gets claimed. Just that speed and athleticism, the versatility to be able to play the slot, he probably gets picked up somewhere else. So got about 20 more cuts to make. We'll talk ball soon.